Once upon a time, in a peaceful village surrounded by green meadows, there lived a girl named Emma. Emma was bright, full of dreams, and loved to explore the world around her. But there was one thing Emma didn't love: studying. She found it boring and tiring, and sometimes she would rather play or daydream than open her books. One day, Emma was feeling especially frustrated after a long day at school. Her teacher had given the class a big test to prepare for, and Emma just didn't think she could do well. She wandered into the village garden where her grandmother, who was wise and patient, was tending to her flowers. "Grandma," Emma said with a heavy sigh, "I don't think I can pass this test. Studying is so hard, and it feels like no matter how much I try, I never get better." Her grandmother smiled gently and sat down beside her. "Ah, my dear Emma, let me tell you a story." Emma's eyes sparkled, for she loved her grandmother's stories. Once, long ago, there was a young squirrel named Sammy. Sammy was playful and energetic, always darting from tree to tree, collecting nuts and having fun. But Sammy had a problem. Winter was coming, and he didn't know how to gather enough food to last through the cold months. He would watch the other animals, like the wise beavers and the diligent ants, who worked hard and stored food, but Sammy would always get distracted by the fun around him. One day he met an old wise owl who watched him from the treetops. The owl said, "Sammy, do you want to be ready for winter just like the others?" Sammy nodded. "Yes, but it's so hard to stay focused. I start working, and then I lose interest." The owl hooted softly. "Ah, young one, here is a secret. Success is not about doing everything all at once. It's about doing a little each day. It's about working even when it feels hard, and trusting that every small effort brings you closer to your goal." Sammy frowned. "But what if I'm not as fast as the others?" The owl shook his head. "It's not about being the fastest or the smartest. It's about being consistent. Every day, do a little more, and before you know it, your work will grow." So Sammy decided to follow the owl's advice. Every day he collected a few more nuts, even when he was tired, even when the other animals played. At first it didn't seem like much, but slowly his pile of food grew bigger and bigger. And by the time winter arrived, Sammy had more than enough to last him through the cold season. He didn't gather it all at once, but with small, steady efforts, he succeeded. And do you know what happened? Sammy learned to enjoy the process. He realized that working hard didn't mean he couldn't have fun. It meant he was preparing for something greater. Her grandmother looked at Emma with a twinkle in her eye. "You see, my dear, studying is just like that. It's not about being perfect or finishing everything at once. It's about doing a little every day, being patient with yourself, and trusting that each bit of effort adds up." Emma thought about the story. "So even if I study a little every day, it will help?" Her grandmother nodded. "Exactly. And soon, you'll see how much you've learned. The secret to success is steady effort, even when it feels hard." That night, Emma went to bed with a new sense of determination. The next morning, she opened her books and began studying, a little bit at a time. And as the days passed, she found that her hard work was paying off. Slowly but surely, she was becoming stronger and smarter, just like Sammy the squirrel. And when the test came, Emma was ready. She had learned the secret to success: hard work, a little bit each day.